Banta with Toni and Mimi. A cross-generational conversation between a millennial.
2024, no grief for anybody.
Period.
You boss me, I boss you. You slap me, I slap you.
And a Gen Zer.
Look at y'all looking at nothing. I didn't say anything.
Good thing you're censoring yourself.
Oh yes.
Keep on censoring.
Join us as it is bound to be exhilarating, exciting, entertaining, and healing. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Banta with Toni and
Mimi. My voice cut out. Oh my gosh.
What's going on with your voice?
I was swallowing water.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't go down all the way.
Wake up!
I tried to get my words out, but welcome to Banta with Toni and Mimi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Another episode, another day, another banter.
Another day, another conversation, another banter. Yeah,
Yes.
You're right. Another day, another banter.
Well, yes, period.
Yes. So, we always start our episodes out with pop culture.
Culture.
Poppin'. So,
Yeah.
pop culture, what do we have to talk about this week?
Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj.
Yes. Well, we love our lives. Let's start that with
Yeah.
the disclaimer.
Literally.
We love our lives.
Laid down the law.
We love music.
We love music. We love strong
and-
black women in music.
Yes.
Both of them.
Mhm.
I like Nicki Minaj. I like Megan Thee Stallion.
So please don't attack us.
Right.
Don't dox us. What
Nor-
else do they do?
Right. They dox, they
Yeah.
attack, they send
So
death
please,
threats.
like we said,
No.
we really love our lives the way it is.
Well,
So
yes.
please,
And
we're just giving opinions of two people in this world.
Right. We're
Do
not-
not come after us.
We're also not spending days on end obsessing over this. This
You
bump
brought it up. I
in
really
their
didn't
word.
even want to talk about it because I don't want none of that smoke.
Oh, for real?
But-
Well, we could just touch on the topic. I mean, it is pop culture.
It is pop culture. It's happening, so we have to cover it to
yes.
some degree. But oh my gosh. So please don't attack us. I beg.
No.
Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj.
All right, yeah.
So this is my take, okay?
Your take. Well, what happened?
Oh, for those who don't know,
Right, that's how
so
it's gonna
Megan
be.
Thee Stallion came out with a single Hiss, and she was literally, I mean, it goes in line with Cobra that she just came out. So I guess this album is like Snake album.
Yeah, I think that's
The album's probably going to be called Snakes.
Oh,
It's going to be all the snakes in the industry. I'm just kidding.
Ooh, clock it. Nicki finna come from you.
For Megan, no, please speak positivity into my life. Nobody's going to come for me ever. So
Yes, Megan dropped his
Megan dropped Hiss.
as the single after
then-
Cobra.
Yeah. And then she had a line in there that said, they're not mad at Megan, they're mad at Megan's Law. And Nicki took that to be like a direct shot at her. So she never called her name or anything. But Megan's Law is the law that anybody that's like had like a pedophile or sex offender registry, like they have to register when they go to that state so that it's known. It's the law that's in place for people to know, like, oh, I live next door to a sex offender, that kind of thing.
And if you don't know, do I say?
Nicki Minaj's husband has a record
Right, okay, there we go.
that
Record.
is similar that the Megan's Law thing will apply to. Let's just leave it at that.
Let's do that.
Okay. So that's that. So she then got on live. She had like a whole rant.
Bullet fragment. She a bullet fragment.
Wow.
Bullet fragment.
Wow.
Get up on your good foot. And basically, that's what she said. Basically, she got mad and she got on live and she took Megan's line as a direct shot at her and she emphasized that, oh, now we're talking about family? So she didn't like that she was coming for her family, hence her husband. So Nicki decided to spew some words towards
And then
Megan.
came out with a diss track of her own.
Right. In the span of, 12 hours?
Yeah, it was like 24 hours or so. And then, what's the name of her?
Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah. Her track was called Bigfoot.
Which is in reference to Megan Thee Stallion's case with
Hiss.
Tory Lanez.
Oh yeah, she talked when she said get on your good foot. She's trying to say she got shot, so that's the bad foot. So she needs to get on the good foot. So if you want to, you can listen to both singles, the Hiss single and Nicki's single. But as the British people say, I feel like Nicki's single was taking a piss. Like
yes.
there's no way that thing
That
was real.
Well, what it was,
I'm
to
like,
her- first of all,
she was
the song was okay. So obviously,
the acapella version.
you heard it without the instrumental, right?
Yes, because I had to listen. I was like,
The
okay.
end of it, since we're talking about family
I know the whispering, like
and people's husbands, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't want me to come out with Anyways, we'll leave that. And then she was like,
And then I love how she said, for all my fans, I love you.
Yeah,
God
that's
loves
what
you.
we
She
were
found a way to put God all up in there.
Harps, I
God
love
bless
you.
you.
Bless you.
And then the next moment she's like, and this is not a threat.
Right.
This is I'm like, wait. Oh my
So
gosh.
basically, the song
Lord.
I was listening to with my friends, I'm just like, all right, Nick, first of all, that is not Nicki's best work. We all know that.
That's
And
why I said she
didn't-
was taking a piss.
It was just for a diss, I feel like diss purposes, because the quality of the song was really bad. The beat was louder than she was. I guess
And then you're dissing somebody saying that they don't know how to rap to the beat. And then you came out with a song and you ain't rapping to the beat.
was chasing you. You were chasing it. It was a game of cat and mouse. But I feel like the thing with Nicki, she always, not always, but yeah, always, she's like always unserious. So with her lines, yes, they were like, it was a diss track, but it was not like a diss track I feel like everybody was expecting
it.
She was just joking. Like she was just saying jokes for real. And like, I guess wasn't really like, we all know Nicki can diss though, because we know no frauds.
I was gonna say,
so, yeah.
and she can rap, so that's why I was like, she
can
was taking a
rap.
piss. Like, there's no way
that was
she knew like exactly
Right.
what she was doing. Like,
Then but then I'm just like, why did she do that then?
I don't know.
It's like, girl.
But this is my final stuff. Like I said,
Alright,
please do not come and attack me and my family. I love my life very much. Please, I beg.
They not.
It's not that serious. One, if Nicki really has a good fan base, they need to be able to tell her like when she's wrong. So I hope when this whole thing was going on and she came out with her own diss track, that those closest to her and then her biggest fans, whatever, because it seems like she has a good relationship with them, because when she tells them, you know, go do this, they do it. That they can be like, you know what, we're a little bit concerned for you, because it's like when we were talking about the respect factor, like she's earned so many years in the industry. There's no reason for her to be even fighting with somebody whose rap career just started like a couple of years ago. Like Megan is so new in the industry. So for you as a veteran to even be sitting here going back and forth with her, like you'd need to be on your queen stuff. Like it was just not the level that she needed to be at. And I think the more I realized, like, her story has been very difficult, right? I didn't know that she grew up, like, with her father that was on drugs and everything.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I didn't know all of that.
My time again.
Oh, okay.
Documentaries.
Oh, okay. So I haven't seen that. So once I understood, I'm like, okay. Her choices in life, like, she's made the choice, right, to be with somebody and say, this is the person I'm going to, spend my life with. But then you're also in the public eye. So you also would have known eventually that people were going to look into him. There was going to be stuff that would come up around him and all that stuff. So anything that's said, really, even though Megan was putting in her song, like, it's not anything that's like not public knowledge already. Right. But to the point that like she's sending people to go do something to her grave or all that, like that's just her mother's grave. Like that was just
she talked about her mother.
It's just too much. And yeah, she brought up her dead mom.
Lying on your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. Nicki,
and people are like, oh, it's New York. Whenever they do this, nothing is off limits. Yes, there are certain things that should be off limits.
Right.
Like her getting shot. Don't joke about that. Her mother, don't, like, even if you feel like she's lying, if that's what you truly believe, but just it's like people just kind of expected more out of her, given her status of what she is in the music industry, and then to see her like just really be in the trenches, and then the person you're even trying to be in the trenches with, they ain't even in the trenches with you, because she said what she said on her record and that was it. She never discussed.
That's what I was gonna say.
That.
Megan, her attitude about the whole thing is, I dropped my song and I dropped my song, period. She went about her day.
It should be.
And if anything, she a couple days ago, which was like a couple days after everything, she released that. And also Megan was coming for her about her like management stuff and her music and owning her stuff. But Megan had just come out with an announcement that she's now signed under Warner Music.
Warner Music,
But she has all rights and ownership and control over her like music and everything. So I feel like that was also, I was like, okay, Megan, period. But she like also said at the end, she was like, thank you to my mom. I know she's watching me and guiding me through all this. I was like, all right, girl, period. She like kind of alluded to what Nicki was saying. Okay, so basically,
as a Gen Z, how do you see all of this?
As a Gen Z, as a mature Gen Z,
mature Gen Z.
One with her head screwed on, right? So let me start. Well, okay, so basically, I feel like they were both not quote unquote wrong. I feel like we're trying to like do right and wrong so bad, which something should not be said, but like is rap, right? And like that is how it goes. Megan said something about her husband. So it was up to Nicki to make the choice
she had
to
every
leave
right
it.
to come back.
Exactly. She had every right to come back, but to make the choice to say something back or leave it alone, like, you know, be queen on her boss stuff. But she made the choice to say something back. And so it's like, okay, people are like, Nicki's so in the wrong. Nicki's so in the wrong. She did retaliate. It was comical. I did laugh. And I was just like, all right, girl. But obviously it was more over the top than Megan ever said in her. Like, she just said a line. Obviously it struck Nicki in a certain place that was sensitive for her because it was about her family or whatever. But then I feel like it was really her fans that made everything like really bad, because it was like things like doxing people who even had opinions on the situation. First of all, if Nicki wanted to make a diss track and Megan released her single and say stuff about each other, whatever, it was like, I was just spectating, to be honest. But then obviously bringing up someone's dead mother, I was like, oh no, that's not. And her getting shot in the foot, that's not.
And all the online activity. She could have just stuck to the music. I think that's what made it even worse.
Yeah, because
she was on people's
Twitter.
comments.
Right. She was on Twitter like a teenager, like tweeting. She said worse things in her tweets, to be honest, than like in the song. And a lot of the lyrics in the song was like her reciting the tweets.
That she had already said.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, girl. But like she was tweeting like she was obviously really bothered about the situation. So I'm like, all right, Nicki, so if you don't really care, then why are you showing everybody that you care though?
She went on live.
She went on
Twitter. And then she was commenting on TikTokers, like just regular person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was like just like a regular girl, me and you. I would just make a video giving my opinion, and the girl just said like she was really disappointed in how Nicki was handling the situation. And then Nicki came to the girl's TikTok and commented on her TikTok.
Like, Nicki, like what?
So it's
like,
the stuff like that I'm just like
that's just it just doesn't show. Like, first of all, you're a professional. Like, you're one of the top rap girls. We call you the queen of rap. Why are you in somebody's like a regular old girl's like TikTok comments? Why are we tweeting like we just like we are on a sugar high? Why are we like going on live and I was like, all right, no, but Nicki is funny though. That's another thing. Like, her diss track was, like you said, taking a piss, but the theatrics of Nicki Minaj, it's very there. It's always there. But
she knew it was bad. She didn't really care. She just wanted to come out with a song to draw attention from Megan's single. So what she was trying to do really was like create some drama. Obviously, that's why she came out with her song, so that Megan could not hit number one. But guess what? She still hit number one.
And she don't give a crap.
It's like, yeah.
She really turned a blind eye, period.
Yeah. She could have either been above it, you know, or if she was going to do it, come with it. Like, give us some bars, like, where we as the audience, we're going to be conflicted. Like, say some crazy stuff that we're going to be like, that was a good line, but should I even be liking it or no? Like, like
the crazy,
leave it all on the track.
Right. This was just like outrageous.
She did it everywhere else but on the track.
Low key, yeah. Well, yes.
So and I pray she finds healing and peace. You know, she's never gotten like the Grammy for, you know, I guess best rap album and best rap. I don't know. But I guess she's never received
from the Grammys.
I guess she's never received a Grammy. Yeah, so I know, like, you know, there's some things I'm sure in the industry we don't know what all the things that go on that, you know, probably get to her a lot.
Yeah. And that's another thing that I was thinking, like, at the end of the day, we're all the audience. It's like, none of us are Nicki Minaj. None of us are Megan Thee Stallion. None of us are close to Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion. So it's just like, all we really can do is spectate about this. It's like, guys, if Nicki...
I think it's deeper than what it seems.
You do?
Yeah.
For Nicki,
yeah. Because somebody said it's the association with Rock Nation and the fact that Megan is now close to Jay-Z and Beyonce more than anything else that's getting to her. And then I had to take a look at some of the stuff she was saying, and some of the tweets were like directed at Rock Nation, because she would be like, oh, are you guys sure this is who you guys want to promote? Are you guys like, you know, so it's like, yeah, maybe she felt like at one point she had them in the bag or in her pocket, and clearly now, you know, they're supporting Megan. But there's room for everybody, right? Isn't that what we talk about all the time?
There's room for everybody, but I think Nicki's mindset, because of the way where she is, right, like how much she's done, you know, her queen status, the only female rapper out for a long time after, like, you know, the wave from like the 90s. She was really holding rap down, and like we can't like deny her like success and her trailblazing qualities with her career. But I just don't think she ever thought that because of like, you know, the status she holds herself, that she was going to be dissed like Megan would, or all the new rap girls, I guess. So I think she sees it as disrespect. But I feel like, but y'all, Nicki also, but Nicki did that when she came out.
I was about to say, the African in me believes in that when you dish something, you get it back.
Right.
So
like,
I remember when she came out and she was talking all crazy about Lil' Kim and was being super mad disrespectful. And I guess in her youth, she never thought the day will come that, you know, she will be disrespected.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like,
but I don't even think anybody ever came out to disrespect her. Let's be honest. Cardi B threw that shoe and did all that stuff after she felt like Nicki was doing stuff to her and saying stuff about her too. You know,
because that was after the fact that they already had started fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like Nicki's a jokester. I don't think I think she knows what she's doing. Like, she be finding problems just to find a problem.
But then that's what creates the situation for her that she ends up being in. Because I know she's saying, she rolled
like
out an album.
Throwing a rock and then hiding your hand.
Yeah. And then
getting mad.
Make more friends than enemies. And somebody listed all like the people she has fought with over the years and all that stuff. And it's like, ooh.
A long list.
Yeah, it was quite a bit. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I hope she has people around her that truly care for her. And, you know, people were out there talking about that they feel like maybe she's using some substances. I don't know. I don't know nothing about, but if people suspect that, if they feel like she's not acting or if there's something else going on, because like you say, she's always like an oddball. Mm-hmm. If they truly feel like something is going on, then yes, I hope her fans and the people that care for her will step in and be like, okay, what's up? And I know life has not been easy for her, especially making it and, you know, being where she's at now. And for her to feel like, you know, she has to continue to fight. Like, girl, you don't have to continue to fight. Like I said couple episodes ago, everything you have done can stand for itself. The work will speak for itself.
Right.
So you just keep doing work and do quality work and just focus on, like, literally put on some blinders and just stay in your lane and be you. And be really the queen that you can be. Like, when you think of icons, like, I think of people that are just, they have like a certain regal power. Like, like Beyonce, for example. I hate to keep bringing up Beyonce, but like, that's how you should carry yourself. Like, I'm sure there are people out there who have been mad at her or what, but you are never going to see Beyonce online tweeting nobody, talking about their dead mama and their bad foot. Like, it's just carry yourself with more of that. Like, you know what? I know where I'm at. I know what I've done. And if there's a voice within you, and I'm now talking to Nicki, if there's a voice within you that keeps telling you that you haven't done much, you're not good, that's a dang lie. Don't let that voice win. Overcome that. And Megan, keep on doing what you're doing, honey, because that's how you win.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay out of it. Yeah, I mean, you said what you said. You ain't gonna step back.
Right. So
but then you kept it moving.
Exactly.
That's my kind of girl. I mean...
Yeah. And she came out with a big announcement.
And when you think I have an issue with Megan Thee Stallion, I do not have an issue with Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh my God.
I had to realize that Megan was young. I think when she first came out with all like the twerking and all that stuff, like I said, I'm all for a woman owning her sexuality. But at some point, I just felt like because, you know, she'll have young girls looking up to her, that was probably just a little too much. Like, and especially like with school and stuff, like, because I think she kept saying like, you know, she was going to school and I'm like, I don't want girls to be out here going to school and thinking, oh, well, I can still just be, you know, Megan Thee Stallion does it and I can still just be like, Megan has a whole team. She has a system in place that's going to help her to still get her degree. Yeah. Like when you are in school, I need you to take your studies seriously and go forth and do the best that you can be.
True.
Mm-hmm. So that was just it. Apart from that, I ain't got no problem with that girl. And yeah, she's tall, but I had to realize like she's very young and she's learning. And then she doesn't have like a mother or family.
That's also so sad.
She doesn't have people to guide her, you know, because those are the conversations you might have with your mom that would be like, I don't know, Megan, about this one, or like, you know. So,
or even just like a relationship like with your family to keep you grounded. Yeah. Even in Cobra, like she was talking about how she was having a really hard time and dark time, but like it didn't just start in 2022. Her mom died a while ago. So even everything that she was doing, like, you know, like, and she didn't talk about it, but I guess it's like she knows she said she stopped drinking for a while because she know like it was probably a way to cope
problematic
with a lot of things. But at the end of the day, why I feel like it's also tricky because as she was like that was also her what's the word? That was her
persona,
yes,
exactly,
the party
so
girl.
You see,
but really she was coping with the loss of her mom and like being and her grandma as well, and just like her family, just like people were just passing away.
That was what I was upset with because sometimes as somebody's healing or they're going through their stuff, they present something like we talked about with the image. They put an image out there, but that image is not always even reflective of their best self. But it becomes popular because we like all those things, right?
Yeah.
But then that image now is going to lead certain people that look up to her that are like,
to be like, oh,
to go astray.
Megan's at her best. So this is the best I can be. But really, Megan was healing. Megan was going through something. So, and now she's on the other end.
She's in a much better place now, than she was then. So that's all it was. Of course, I like Megan Thee Stallion. And even Nicki Minaj, you know, I like Nicki too to some degree. I gotta go to the music and she I mean, oh my gosh, Monster. I remember like when I heard her on Monster, I was like,
put him up your gangster. What that came from Sri Lanka.
And the song with Lil Wayne, all I know is, I mean, look at them. Oh Lord, the words in that is really bad.
Oh,
yeah, but
really
it's
bad.
her, Lil Wayne, and I think Drake was on that song.
Is it Bedrock?
No.
Make your bedrock.
No,
not that one.
I've never liked like the poppy one. Remember what I told you? When it comes to my New York rappers, I like them to just be spitting bars. Yeah, I don't want them to be doing. No, don't be doing none of that for me. I don't want my rappers singing.
Nicki be singing though.
That's what I'm saying. I want her to throw some bars, and that's it. Oh my gosh.
Nicki, Lil Wayne, and Drake.
Yeah. Oh, it's from the Young Money album, I think.
Look at y'all. That's just.
Yeah.
It's called Looking A-Word.
Oh, okay.
It's just Nicki, but it is on Young Money Records.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that song was.
Look at y'all looking at. Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Good thing y'all censoring yourself.
Oh yes.
Keep on censoring.
I would never lie.
Yes, exactly. I know. We were like, what? I know him. Yeah.
No,
can we get that Nicki back?
I'm exactly. The lyrics, like she was clocking.
that was how you do this song.
To be a man,
if that was it.
Exactly. For real. I would hate to be a man. That song makes me love.
She said to share one drink in the club,
one bottle full of bub. Like. Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Nicki Minaj, we love you.
Yes, we love everybody. But we only follow you when you're doing things right. I don't want to see you on my timeline when you're doing a bunch of nonsense.
I don't want...
I'm sorry.
I don't want...
I didn't even know about it.
Your damn mama.
Yeah.
I know your damn mama.
Because for real, like... There's this YouTube girl I was watching and she said people don't realize like the power of like when I open up my phone, who I see. So for me, I went through a time when like I unfollowed everybody and I was like, I only want the positive people. And then I slowly started adding people back to my stuff. So literally, if you're posting about somebody's dead mother, you're doing things that I don't want to see, I'm not going to follow you, like, because I don't want to see any of that.
Okay.
And it was the same thing too. Like, of course, we all love the shade room and the shadiness, but when I get on my phone and all I see is like the Krishan story, I got tired of that. I was like, I'm not following that either. I used to follow Shade Boro, same thing. I was like, you know what? No, I just want the Instagram gurus that give me quotes about higher vibration and things in my life.
Yes, well, yes.
Like Layla, I follow Layla and Alex and Jay Shetty. So yeah, when I see Viola Davis be coming with some gems. She has funny stuff. She has motivational quotes. Like
Viola.
Yeah. So I love following Tabitha Brown. Like I just want my feed to just be good energy.
Yeah, lively and just.
So we love you, Nicki, but I am following.
Period.
No offense.
No offense. Oh my gosh, Beyonce came out with a hair care line.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Yes.
Sacred.
She's so smart.
Sacred.
Chat. No.
Oh my God.
Listen. All right, chat. Basically, right? I was like, oh my gosh, it's okay. Beyonce came out with her hair care line. I was like, girl, we been new. But then the name, right? When I tell you, I woke up. I was like in my bed.
You're the president of the fan club. How did you not know the name of the line before everybody else knew?
Because nobody did. But I knew that. I was like, oh, everybody knew she was coming out. People who didn't know knew that the hair care line was coming out. We just didn't know when because we all saw that picture. The Beehive, they got it. But listen, I was looking at my phone like, Auntie, when I tell you I could not say the word because I didn't know what she was.
Oh, you didn't know that's what it was, sacred?
But then I was like, okay, let me try to, say. I was like, her name is Beyonce. And then like her, like sacred hair. I was like, oh my God. I was like, girl, you are so smart. Like she ate with that name. Because I don't think.
She has a team. It's always funny to be like, yes, but she has a team of people. I bet you they brought her a bunch of names. Yeah, I bet you they brought her a bunch of names, and she's like, oh yeah, sacred. That's smart. I like that.
Sacred is so smart.
But she ain't doing everything and thinking of everything.
I take everything back. I hate Beyonce.
I'm not saying you hate Beyonce. I'm just saying like people have teams, and I love it like when people give credit to everybody that works
Beyonce
on something.
Her team did so.
Her team did a good job.
That name.
Yeah, even that's
why I'm in
the
love
symbol.
With it.
The symbol, I was like trying to figure out. I was like, does it say the sacred? But like, but the symbol is unique too.
Oh, the symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I have to look at it again.
I know.
But I just like, just because like play on her name. Like,
say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whoever came up with it on that team, they got a bonus. Okay. For sacred.
Check. What if it was her though?
If it was her, it was her. But
okay, whoever came up with that name, that was amazing. You need to be
she said that was amazing.
$300 million richer.
You need to come help us with marketing for our podcast.
Well, yes. It was actually me.
Donate your time to us because I'm sure we can't. I'm sure we can't afford you.
Oh, never that. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Yes, we're speaking into existence.
Right.
Whoever came up with Beyonce's Secret, we will one day be able to afford you. But today we cannot afford you. But if you want to help us, help us.
Well, yes.
But we'll pay you in love and we'll bake you some brownies.
I'll make you some lemonade. Get it? Because Beyonce.
Yes, we get it. We had gotten it. We done got it. Yeah.
I'm so witty.
Okay, I'm leading today's episode, so I'm going to take my lead now.
I'm going to take the wheel now.
This is a topic that Mayama is over here wincing for. She doesn't want me to discuss it, but we have to discuss it because it's important.
Okay.
Today's topic is finances. And the reason why is because I'm just going to speak for myself, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate. We really did not have like finance talks with our parents. Like we figured things out as we go.
I'm not going to say our, but it was common that we couldn't even have the talks because the parents themselves were struggling financially.
Yeah, but regardless of if somebody's struggling financially, you can still have conversations where like you're teaching your children like, okay, this is what not to do. Like if you had a lot of credit card debt, you'd be like, okay, look, don't take too much out on credit cards. Make sure you're able to pay them back. Yeah, So even when they're making bad decisions, they can. But finances was just something we did not discuss with our parents. So we had to learn through trial and error. We had to, make some missteps. We had to make some good ones. And then, so that's why I thought it was important because I think there are some gems I can give. And then I want to also see what your attitude is towards money and all of that. So that's where we're going today with this episode. So my first question to you is, what is your relationship with money? Like, are you the type of person like when you're mad, you shop? Do you see money as a way to like a means for something? Or is like money is like the entire goal? Like even when you think of a career and everything else that you want to achieve, it's like, oh, so I can be able to make some good money and all of that. So how do you see money?
I see money as it is one part of the end goal. Like I want to be financially free. Well, comfortable. And also knowing that it won't have to be like a worry or like something in the back of my mind that I'll have to like, constantly worry about or be anxious about. So that's basically like the angle of how I see money. But then like my relationship with it right now, I can be a bit of a spender. But I prioritize the things like financially that I need to take care of first before I like, spend, but I always make sure that I like keep myself afloat though.
Okay.
So like my account don't hit zero, basically.
All right.
It used to though. Not
you have enough money to pay your bills.
I have enough money
to pay my bills. You ain't begging for what you need.
Well, yes. Yeah. And buy my necessities and everything like that. But then when I do want, I will spend a whole bunch though. So where it like doesn't give me the wiggle room to like actually spend on what I want though. Because if I buy something so big or I decide to like buy food out to eat every day of the week, oh girl, it's gonna catch up to you. Girl, yeah. You
see it as a means to get to somewhere, but like the love of money is not like the primary thing in your mind. So that's good.
I don't think I'm obsessed with money.
Yeah. So then when you see it as a means, then you're able to, like you said, arrange yourself to know, okay, what areas do I need to cut back on? You're able to give too. I think when you're not just obsessed with like hoarding it all for yourself.
It's okay that it's more. Like when you give it away and that it's gone, it's not going to be like, like that, you know?
Yeah. Do you have a budget?
Do I have a budget? No.
Have you ever thought about having a budget?
Yes.
What's stopping you from having a budget?
Because I know I probably won't stay within it.
Well, there are all types of different things that you can look out there. There can be certain things that are like set, and there can be certain things that you give yourself a range and say, okay, I want to stay within this range this month. But
I be going above the range though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I know myself.
But you should at least, you ever analyze your spending to see where most of your money goes? Like, you know how now on the apps, like you have...
I don't.
With your bank,
most of my money goes to my car and my phone and all other things. But like spending money. So here's the thing. Okay, when you say like relationship with money, okay, I love living my life. So I like having fun. So I guess it goes a lot to like activities, or I do spend it on like a lot of food, but like the food, when I'm eating food, I'm eating it with people.
Do you save?
Yeah, I save money.
Do you take out your savings first before you spend the money? Okay, so that's
checks
good.
come in, it goes in there.
Because that's one thing I had to learn later on. Because I always be, okay, I will save this much. But actually, if I just take it out right in the beginning, then that money is put aside. And now I have multiple bank accounts, and I'll physically move money so that when I open up my main one that I go to, I'm like, I ain't got nothing. But that's what I need, like when I don't see it. And then I'll remember that, okay, yeah, if stuff hits the fan, I can pull money from here, 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 and here.
Right.
Even Cash App, I have a savings on Cash App.
Did
you know you can do that?
Card and stuff. The accounts with Cash App.
Yeah, like you can create.
I've heard of it though. But I don't.
You can create a goal on there. Let's say you want to like, I don't know, save up for a vacation since you like to travel and have experiences, and then that could be a way you're saving for your vacation. Yeah. On the Cash App, every time you get paid, you can say, okay, let me put aside like $100, and then until you get there, and then when you get to the amount that you're looking for, I mean, you're only paying for ticket for one person, but then you got to pay for your hotel and all that. But you know,
true.
So I wish I'd gotten into the habit of saving sooner. And for me, I think I didn't know, or I didn't see the value like every little bit adds. So for me, I always had like, okay, let me save this big amount. And if I can't, then I don't. And now I'm like, okay, let me put $100 here or $150 here or $200
so
here.
So you would just like spend without putting the money aside first?
Yeah, because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to save this much. And then before you know it, like all my bills have come out, or I've gone shopping, or I've done something. And it's like, oops. So now
I used to dip into my savings a lot.
Yeah. There are months where I'm telling you, I put that money in the savings and I take it right back out. Because we're here to be honest. So I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's why you don't have it yet. But when you have like that first career, 401k, I truly believe in that. So I have my 401k savings that get taken out even before
they give you the
I
money,
even get my check and everything else. So I know that money is saved there.
Right.
And then like my own savings account, then I'm like, okay, I want this amount. And then I started investing not too long ago. So I have those as well.
Teach me.
Yeah, that's why we're having this conversation. So what I learned was, and your uncle, my husband, helped me to really get better with savings. Because when I tell you that man does not buy nothing, I mean,
he does not budge.
He is so good with money that I had no choice but to be good with money too. Because
that's a good
then
thing,
he'll be like, well, there's no need why you shouldn't have this. And I'm like, well, I don't have it though because I spent it all. He's like, well, oh my gosh. But yeah, that stuff used to be so aggravating. But then later on, I would see the merit in, you know, the things that he was able to do by just being so disciplined with like, he will not budge. Sometimes he will wiggle a little bit.
Yeah.
But remember last week?
He's like convincing or something.
Yeah, when I was asking him about us buying like the outdoor set.
Oh, yes. He's like, why do you need it though? But do you need it? But we're fine. But we're everyday people though.
No, but we're everyday people.
Tony.
I was like, what does that have to do with us sitting outside?
Right, and enjoying the sun.
I'm like, everyday people sit outside.
Right.
You're the one that told me I need to be out in the sun more, and then you won't buy me the set. But
right. And you said that, and he was like, well, you can just go take a walk. You're not even
an answer for everything.
Everything.
Oh my gosh. So I guess that's a tip. Make sure that when you are in a relationship in the future, at least one of you guys should be like good more disciplined with money because it helps. Because if you have two spenders, y'all gonna be looking at your account together and don't know where the heck the money went.
The bill bills coming in this month. You got it? No, babe, I don't got it.
spent it. You got it? Oh, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's why I say opposites attract. God knows, because I'm such a creative person, like I like to decorate. I like to dress up.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, I always see the vision in my head and then the money comes later because I'm like, okay, so now that I've imagined how I want to decorate this, like how am I going to put this together? And then I'm trying to figure out how to make the money work. Whereas for him, it's like first the money comes in mind and then, design and all these other things come later.
So when you spend it when you have it. Auntie's like, well, we have it, so let's spend it. Yeah.
And then that's another thing I had to learn. Just because you have it doesn't mean you spend it.
Oh,
so
true. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Like,
when you have
you're
it,
not there yet, but eventually you have to save up for a down payment for a house. True. And the way the rates are going, your generation is going to have to put so much more money down. So you will have to save up thousands and thousands of
$300K at 19 years old.
Inflation right now, everything is so expensive, so you guys will have to put down so much more money to be able to buy a home. True. So you want to have that, and then when you get into a home, your insurance only kicks in after a certain value. So a lot of people don't know this either, right? So after you buy the home,
you're looking at her blank, confused face.
You will need to have another thousands and thousands of dollars saved up, because if something happens, like let's say there's a flood or whatever,
right,
your insurance might not kick in until $40,000 worth of damages is done. Yeah, exactly. So I know nobody tells you this stuff. That's why we're having this discussion, because there are so many people that, they just have no clue. So you would also want to have $40,000 in your savings somewhere that you're not touching. That is just like, in case something happens to our house, we actually have the money to pull from there to fix it. And then obviously we need to fix up to this amount before now insurance will pay for stuff.
Okay. Makes sense.
So yes, exactly.
So you can help yourself right away.
Yeah. It's just like any other deductible. But because it's such a big purchase, the deductible is higher. Because think about like healthcare. I think I told you that before. Like with your healthcare, you have a deductible. Sometimes with a family, it might be like a couple $1,000s. They might say like, $1,500 or $2,000. That's the amount that you're responsible to pay for first, before then insurance kicks in and pays for your other stuff.
Okay.
So deductibles, you always want to ask that. Okay. Let's see what else. So that habit of saving just needs to be there, because you need to save up for the house. Then you need to save up to have an emergency fund, and then having multiple bank accounts, right? So you'll have a bank account that's like maybe your spending account, your money that you kind of touch. And then you have maybe another account that you might not even have like a card to, or it's like an online bank. Like you have to go out of your way to get money out of that account to bring it to your account that you spend every day.
Right. So it's just not like you just can dip into it whenever.
Yeah. So it makes you think twice before.
Do I really need to?
Now I have to go through this whole hassle to go transfer the money from here to here. It's going to take a couple, like, do I really want to do that? And then, of course, I already talked about 401k. So that will come out before your checks. So it's just keeping track of it. Like, how much do you want to save each year until you retire? Because you're going to get like your Social Security benefits. But this money that you put aside is going to be in addition to your Social Security. So if you want your lifestyle to be the same, Social Security is only going to be so much. And then you're not allowed to work past, I don't know, like I think 10 hours a week or something like that. So once you retire, you can't even work too many hours. So that's why it's good to start putting money aside. That's one thing I wish I had done from the first job I ever got. Yeah, 401k. Because your 401k can transfer regardless of your job's moving.
My grandpa told me. Yeah, my grandpa told me that. Yeah.
So as long as you have a full-time job, a lot of places it's for you to have full-time hours, then you get 401k. But you leave the company. Like for example, Fidelity is one of them. They work with so many jobs, so many companies. Right. So you will still have your Fidelity account, and then you would just roll it over and say, "Oh, I moved to another employer." So I wish that's something I had done from the beginning. So when you get your first big girl job, or when you get your first full-time job that offers you retirement benefits, take advantage of it. I say at least 10%. Aim for 20, and if your budget can allow it, even do 30. But then that's why I think I'm more like lenient with myself when the money hits my account, because I'm like, I've saved for my 401k. Okay, let me put, some money into my regular everyday savings now that I can touch. And then like the rest of the money is really now to pay bills or to spend it or to do whatever, because I know I've already done those things to save. Yeah.
When did you start doing all this?
I started doing the 401k when I got my first job when I moved to Oklahoma. And then But I made
you
the
were, like,
mistake
older?
that no, this is after college because that's the first time I got a job.
Oh,
so
okay,
my
okay.
first job after college, I started saving my 401k.
Okay.
The mistake I made was I took the money out when I left that job. I withdrew it, and I wish I had known what I knew now, which is
It's transferable.
Yeah, I would have kept it there because then now I would have been at a bigger number. So like once I, got settled in here, I started growing it up again. But it's like, I should have just kept that. Because I just took it all out and I was like, let me buy me some Louis bags.
Shaking my head. Wow.
Yeah, I bought some Louis Vuitton bags, a couple of them.
Oh my God.
We're here to be honest. I'm telling you that's what I'm saying. I never got to talk about money, so that's why I'm doing it with you.
True.
So I bought some bags,
That sounds
but
like something I would do.
Uncle used to always make fun of me because he's like, here you go, telling yourself that these bags are investments. I was like, but they are.
Are they though?
Well, yeah, like certain ones you can resell them. So at least I can always get the value out of them that I paid. And then certain bags will actually increase
reselling.
in value.
Yeah, I know that much. But when I buy something, I want it forever.
Yeah, but you just never know. Life, something can happen or it can be something you give to somebody. And then if Oscilla doesn't really care for it, she's going to sell it.
Yeah. That's what always happens with like jewelry passed down in families.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with jewelry. Yeah. So I took all that money out. I did some other stuff. Yeah. Dumb mistake. So do not do like I did. Because there are multiple times in my life where I had to like now start my 401k from scratch when I could have just been at a much better place.
Times?
Twice.
Oh, wow.
Twice I withdrew it.
I like the honesty.
So that's that. Another one that a friend of mine actually gave me this advice, and now I have it through my employer, but if I didn't, I would have done it, is like, what is it? Short-term disability, but you can get it through like a company like Aflac. So loving like insurance, right? Insurance is a good way to sometimes have like a safety net. Okay. So you can get like insurance from Aflac that maybe you're paying like maybe $25, $30, $50. But it's like in case you get into an accident or something. So a lot of employers will have like disability benefits for you just in case something happens that causes, you not be able to work anymore.
Right.
But until that stuff starts kicking in, if you have insurance with like a company like Aflac, they will send you a check much faster than it will take for like your employer's disability to kick in. So think about it. Like if you got into an accident, you still have your bills come in. It might be a while before that other one gets processed. So this is a good way for you to like get a check sent to you earlier. You take care of what you need to take care of. And then whenever that, your disability gets processed, then you're able to have that. So there was somebody I worked with and she said, she was just driving on the highway. You know how like Houston gets so crazy?
Yes.
And she got hit and she had a terrible accident. She had to be in the hospital for months. She couldn't work for a whole year. But, having that policy in place, they were able to just send her a check right away, and it equated to even more than what she usually made for a year. So then she's able to like pay her mortgage, because at this point she owned a home. Right. So she's able to pay her mortgage, take care of the things that she needs to take care of at home until the disability benefits kicked in, and she was able to do that. So then, despite this bad thing happening to her in her life financially, she was actually good.
Wow.
So you always plan for the worst.
So it's called short-term disability?
Yeah. So you'll have one through your work, but you can always take out like additional insurance through like a company like Aflac.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't be afraid of insurance. Same thing with life insurance. Like whenever you have your first full-time job, I always take that stuff. I think the minute that I got married and the minute that we had children, I was like, if anything happens to me, I need to know that my family is going to be taken care of. Exactly. So I have life insurance through my job, because when these things get taken out of your check, you're like, oh my gosh, I could be bringing in so much money. But I'm like, if anything happens, for the peace of mind that gives to me, I will pay the $7 a month or whatever, $12 a month.
Y'all begging for
out of my check
$12 a month.
So that I can have that. So yeah. Anytime you have any kind of assets. So I think like, let's say you're single and you bought a house and you did something like, it's always good to have some kind of, insurance, because that's something you can pass on to, let's say you don't have kids yet. You could say, I give it to my sister, or I do, So it's always good to have that, because what that person can do is, if something happens to you, they can get that policy, pay off that home that you own, right? And now that's a asset that's in the family. Right. They can rent that out, and that could be a second income that they're getting.
Yeah, that they keep making. Okay.
So
everybody will be like secure.
Exactly.
Comfortable.
So anytime you're acquiring like any of these big purchases, always think of ways to insure them and just to like safeguard your purchase, right? Even with my purses, like I don't own a Chanel. I don't own Hermes.
Yes.
But if I ever bought a Chanel purse or Hermes, when I buy a Chanel or Hermes, I'm getting those mugs insured.
Period.
Because they're expensive. And
right, because what if like you spill, like it gets messed up?
So you saw those stories when those celebrities' houses got broken into? If you don't insure your stuff, they just came and collected everything.
And you just lost money.
And you just lost it. Yeah. Anytime, big piece of jewelry, let's say you meet a big baller man and he proposes to you.
When I meet a big baller man.
And he proposes to you with a $20,000 ring. Get that mug insured.
Period.
Like anything that's big, that's worth something in value to you, don't be afraid. And even with like your apartment, like when you get your first apartment, sometimes you can bundle things. So you can get like renter's insurance through, and that will cover like everything in the apartment. So like,
because like even though conversations like this didn't happen, but it was just like home insurance. I didn't realize how important it was until like when I was young. I still don't understand it when I was younger, but when I was younger, like when our house burnt down, we lost our home to a house fire. We had just gotten home insurance, or like I think it was like we just gotten home insurance, like not
just gotten the policy.
Yeah,
wow,
like not too long before it happened. But then I remember our mom was telling us like, because we had the home insurance, we're insured, so like it was okay. Like we're not going to be like too bad off. So I was like, oh, so maybe that's important. Maybe that's something else carry with me when I'm older. Yeah,
renters insurance, home insurance, always have those things because those life events,
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and those life events are what kind of sets people back and will push you back, and then now you're just trying to just get back to normal. So that's why you get the insurance. It's like, okay, in case that happens, I don't want it to be a hindrance. I want my life to be able to just move on just how it was, or let me even be in a little bit better place. Right. So yeah, house insurance and renter's insurance. Anytime you're putting anything of value into something, think of, okay, is there something I could get insured? So that's why you insure your car, right?
True, yeah.
Like, I don't get that for the life of me. Like, you have just now collected $20,000, $30,000 worth of merchandise, and you're like driving around with no insurance.
Right. Because what? Nothing. I got it. Nothing happened to me.
Oh,
but then you get into a wreck.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like you said, because now you're responsible for getting yourself out of the hole. You done wrecked your car and you got injured, but you didn't think you were gonna wreck your car and get injured. So like you didn't get any car insurance, so now you gotta like pay off your car. They don't pay for the other person
and yours.
Oh,
if you are at fault, if you're at fault, now you have to pay for the other person's stuff and for your car. And then let's say that's a car. Most car dealers now anyways, if your car is under like a loan where you're paying, they require you to have insurance anyways. Back in the day, they didn't used to. So now can you imagine you got into an accident with a brand new car, but you still have the loan that you have to pay on top of
wow.
you. Yeah. And now you have to go get another car and add it to, I'm telling you. So have that insurance. So any questions about finances?
Anything broader?
Yeah.
I think I was asking my questions as you were speaking.
Do you do more of your banking online, or do you physically go to like a...
Online.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, my first job, they only did like physical checks. Like they didn't have like direct deposit. So I would go into the bank and like, oh my gosh, I felt like such a big girl. I felt like so grown up and try walking like, I'm here to cash my check into my savings account and then like keep up this much in my checking. Because I would take a little bit of money for gas. So she's like, oh, do you want it in cash? You want me to put it straight? I was just like,
oh my gosh.
It was nice. But now most of it, because who got time for that? And because now a lot of it is direct deposit. Yeah. So it's online. I would say, online banking.
More online banking.
Yeah.
And then because of how the economy is going now, it's always good to have side hustles. So things that you can do on the side.
Passive income?
Yeah, however you want to put it. So like, obviously we are in the growth stage of our podcast, but our podcast is something that I'm doing on the side. Same thing. I'm in the beginning of my design journey, but hopefully I'll get to the point where people will pay me to help them design their homes.
True.
So I'm always trying to look for other ways for
streams
me
of
to
income.
Generate income to make something, because you just never know. Like obviously stuff is getting more expensive these days.
Yeah.
But it's just always good to have that extra side hustle, because maybe something will happen. You might lose the main job, or so that way you have something to bounce off of. So you're like, okay, I'm still bringing something in.
True.
So have you thought of your different ways of
I have
side hustle?
Thought of it different ways. Well, this is one Well,
Yeah.
like, for me,
Eventually when we, right now
when we
we're in
get
the
there,
investing
y'all.
stages.
Exactly. But I have thought of like different ways for passive income because like you kind of inspired me
Okay.
with your jewelry.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of wanted to see if I can dip my toes in entrepreneurship and I make it, put it on the side and like do something. Because I think also the idea of mixing a passion with it is also makes it easier because you don't feel like, oh, you're like juggling two jobs, but you actually like, you know, the one on the side.
Oh yeah, so much time I spent on that stuff. And I'm still like with my jewelry stuff, I'm still going to do it, but I just had to come to a point to realize, okay, I need these things in place.
Yeah.
And I don't have them right now, so I'm just taking a step back, but like I'm going to get there. But hopefully everything I'm learning as I'm going through it, I can just, I like to pass on knowledge.
Slide it on this way. Yeah.
I can pass it on. But you would be great.
I want to be a businesswoman, low key.
Yes, we should all aim to be in some capacity, whatever it is that you're passionate about. Figure out what you could do on the side that is, 100% you.
Yeah.
That nobody else has to dip into, and then you just never know. Like one day, some of these bloggers that you see online, like the influencers, sometimes that's how they started. Like they were creating videos and then the side hustle of them doing videos online grew so much that they actually end up making more money doing that. So then it's like, okay, let me quit my job and do this full time.
True.
And then you have those who, which is, if God is willing and that happens in my life, I will be doing both. Because I'm just too African to not have a job.
That is so valid. That is so true.
It's so crazy. But I'm like, what? Like, quit my job completely to, oh my gosh. Like, no.
Really?
Obviously, I say that now because I haven't experienced that level of like, like if I'm in this life making a Jackie Aina kind of money, what reason do I have to have a job? Of course.
But then I guess when you,
if I'm just doing like little projects here and there and just collecting like a couple thousand, I'm still keeping my job.
True. Valid.
Yeah. It will have to get to the point where like the numbers make so much sense.
Set based on the other.
Exactly.
Okay.
So do you have any debts?
No.
Okay. Well, see, I caught you.
I do?
Yeah, your car is a debt. You don't.
Wait, ask that question again.
Do you have any debts?
Well, yes, because I took out a loan on my car that I am paying with my car note. So yes, I am in debt.
And then eventually,
but not for long.
You're taking this gap year. We're so happy for you. You're coming into your own. But when you get to school, only take out what you need if you're even going to take out student loans. Do not do more than what you need.
That's been engraved in my head, even with my mom. Don't.
Because our generation has suffered from that. Do you know how much trillions of dollars we're in debt?
Trillions. It's crazy.
So do not take out more than what you need. I mean, I've heard stories of people taking out enough money to pay for school, but then like they would send the rest to like help a family member or do something. And then now you're stuck paying that loan back. Yeah. So only take out what you need, pay off as you go, like we talked about. So this is good for other young people out there. You can do community college first to take all your gen eds before you switch over to a 4-year university.
Guys, I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think that's so smart. That's
so,
what I'm doing.
Just look up different ways where you can get to the same end goal, but the cheapest route possible. And
path of least resistance.
Because think about it. When you start working in your first full-time job, if you don't have to pay back $600 to $1,000 a month back for your student loans, that's money that you can now use to save up for like a home for all this. So when you have to pay back that student loan, it puts back some of those goals that you could have as far as like saving up for a home or being financially more stable. Yeah. Because you're like paying that money into loans instead of. So yes, that's one thing in our generation, even in our family, we have student loans and we're like, we don't want y'all to have it. If you can escape it, don't do it. Yeah. But if you must do it, take out it. If they say tuition is $1,110,
you take out
$1,110. Okay. The rest of it, you work and pay as you go, or summers are a great time. Like you can decide not to take any classes during the summers. So you can try to look for a job and work and earn some money there that will then, help you during the school year so you don't have to take out as many loans. Think of every way possible. True. Do some students, that's why they will be like the, what do you call them? They're the ones like that live at the dorms, but like they're like the officer for the dorm or something. And you get to have free lodging when you do that.
Oh, my friend has some.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot what they were called. The RAs?
RAs, yeah, RAs.
Yeah.
RAs.
So you could do that. Some schools might have like transition programs for the kids that are coming from high school to college, but then they need, you know, a university student to help them with that. In the summer.
That's
so,
true,
you know, think of there might be so many different jobs. You could work at a library. You can do all these
and then
things.
those kids would have the tuition covered or something.
Yeah.
Right?
So, there are ways there are different jobs you can do that will have your tuition covered, and really all you're paying for is like your books and
courses.
So, and then of course, get good grades, because then you can qualify for scholarships.
Well, yes.
And do your part. So we covered a lot of money. Was it scary?
Not really.
Do you feel like it's doable?
Well, now I have to do it.
I saw you taking down notes, so there must have been some gems in there.
Yes,
right?
I took down. I put down some like broad, so that I'm gonna transfer to my phone and also generate more questions to ask you.
Okay.
Later.
All right. Yes, you shall be better than us.
Well, yes.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Do you have to do music?
Oh, yes. What is our song recommendation? For today?
Mine, I really like Black Sheriff.
Which
I'll
one?
do Woto Seasoning.
Oh, Lord.
That song
Hey,
is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Tear them down to pieces. That song is so good. I like it. That's my quick one.
Okay. Mine is going to be Spiral, No Grief for Anybody. If they lift you up, make you lift them too.
Hey.
If them show you love, make you show them too. Life won't do you one kind, make you wise up too.
Ooh, another concert today.
No grief for anybody, we no grief for you.
She done screamed it to like. Okay.
That's the line for the year. 2024, no grief for anybody.
Period.
You boast me, I boast you. You slap me, I slap you. I know Jesus said for us to turn the other cheek, but sometimes some people be trying us too much. So
you saying our business? So you saying our business?
Oh my gosh.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not.
Like I said, I don't have to tell people I'm standing on business. When I'm standing on business, you know I'm standing on business.
She's not going to tell you she's going to slap you. She's going to slap you.
Okay.
Oh, no? Oh.
No.
Too far? Oh.
I will never put myself in the situation where I have to slap somebody. I have too much to lose. So you can sue me? No, ma'am. I have license that can be taken away.
She has a life. You don't.
You can slap me and then I will see you in court. Period. But I will not be slapping you back.
It'll be documented down to the second.
If you touch me in any kind of way possible, you will know you will be getting a call from my lawyer. But me? They'll be like, what happened? Oh, she punched you 40 times. Yeah, she sure did.
Oh my God.
And not once did I punch her back.
Right. Didn't touch her.
Didn't touch her. Because she's now going to pay for it. Okay. But yeah, no, I will not associate myself with anybody that wants to
No violence.
Yes. And then what's your gospel one?
My gospel one, Brighter Day by Kirk Franklin.
It's going to be a brighter day. You taking it back.
I never knew.
Okay.
Life could be so happy.
Okay.
I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day.
I am going to do this new song by Jacqueline Carr and Tasha Cobbs called You Carried Me.
Mm-hmm. Tasha Cobbs, I like.
Yes. You Carried Me. Jacqueline Carr and Tasha Cobbs. Jacqueline has such a powerful... Jacqueline and Tasha together, oh my gosh. You carry me. Yeah, okay. Let me leave it alone. I don't need to sing every song. You need to discover her. Oh my gosh. I like so many of her. It has been established by her. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. It has been established in all the earth. Yeah.
Okay, Miss Jacqueline.
She has the spirit of God. The hand of God is on her voice, everything.
Very heavy on her spirit.
Yes, she is. She got it. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Thank you all for
Follow
listening.
your budgets. Watch your spending.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to buy your purse, tell your husband it's for investment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be better than the generations that came before you with money. And if you don't know, ask.
Yes, that was have conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Ask.
Talk to people and research for yourself. Like, I read a lot of books. And then clearly God put somebody in my life that had a better handle with money. So, yes, we shall be better in this generation.
Period. Turn on business.
Oh my gosh. Bye, guys. You just finished an episode of Banta with Toni and Mimi. We just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day
to listen to our podcast. Have a wonderful day.